now.
All right. Can you see my slides? Yes?
Yes.
Calendar has an added support for that with Siri.
Oh, I don't know who that was. Okay, well, welcome to our Dynasty team call tonight. I'm super excited to be sharing with all of you. For those of you that don't know me, I am Michelle Harris, and I have been a coach now for almost 11 years. Like, that's really insane to me. So not next month. We're not in December yet, but tomorrow is December 1st. And then tomorrow I can say that next month is my 11th month anniversary or 11th year anniversary in January. But I have learned so much over the years, that has helped me tremendously. And one of the biggest things that has helped me is just truly having a plan going into a new month. And I'm going to kind of take you like step by step, some things to think about when you are creating this plan for the month. But then at the end, you'll see it all come together. I'm going to show you what my November plan looks like. And I will show you not November, my December plan. And then I will show you what my January plan and kind of even into February I'm thinking about. So that's how much I kind of think ahead to help organize myself, because honestly, that frees up space in my mind. It makes me more prepared and ready to do those daily business activities, and set up kind of like a weekly routine when I know what to expect all month long and break it down week to week. Okay, so let's get started here. All right, so first off, I think this is important, and you'll see some of these I feel like, okay, yeah, they're like, you should know this already. But when you're going into a month, you need to first and foremost, set yourself up for success with your own personal journey. So you need to think about what you are personally going to do for your fitness, for your nutrition, for your personal development. So for fitness, obviously, we have so many different programs. We have Super Blocks. We have, Dig Deeper that's coming out next month. So thinking about that, what you're going to do leading up to that. Nutrition wise, what nutrition program? We have Gut Protocol, 2B Mindset, Portion Fix. We have multiple things to be following that we can follow when it comes to our nutrition. And personal development. Right now, I'm really prioritizing listening to Growth Day on a daily basis, listening to the Daily Fire, using that journaling piece. That is something different for me that I am wanting to do more. I know that that's going to help me. And I know even starting tomorrow, we've heard that, Brendon Burchard is going to be bringing in a lot of like financial wealth. That kind of thing is like the focus for the month of December. So that is kind of my area of focus for personal development. But I think you need to go into your month with intention when it comes to your own journey and what you are going to do. So that's first and foremost. All right, Scotty, you're adding people in, right? Okay. Okay, then the next step, you need to think about your month in a whole. What are your goals for the month? Thinking your clients, partners, and even you could even break down your clients into, I know sometimes if you've been around, like for me, I've been around for a while, right? So I have clients who are renewing, but I don't even necessarily want to focus on those renewals. I kind of like to think of that as like bonus, and really, think of it as like, how many new clients do you want to help? How many new lives do you want to impact when it comes to that client goal? And then partner goal, how many how many new partners. And you have to really think about that. And that helps kind of break up your month. And, hopefully you are coming up with a goal for clients and partners. I will tell you something that I did for a long time, and still kind of want to tend to fall back on it, is that client side of things. I love helping my clients, and sometimes that might be easier for me, and that might be something that I want to kind of like fall back onto. So make sure you're setting goals for yourself with the partner side of things as well, because not only do we know how this has impacted us being a partner, but you can only help one person. When you help more people help people, your impact just gets even larger. Okay, so make sure you're making those two separate goals for clients and for partners. Okay, then when you're thinking about your month, you really have to think about what you have going on personally with your family, scheduling that time for fun and enjoyment, those work obligations, because chances are, when I started this business for my first almost 3 years, I was a full-time elementary school teacher. So I had work obligations. Clearly, I was working during the day. I knew things that I had going on for work. So I needed to make sure that I planned ahead and planned accordingly when it came to family, work commitments, and joy, like making sure you're scheduling time to enjoy and have fun with your family and friends and those things. That's important as well, because I think that one of the things when you do go into a month more planned and focused, that is going to free up more time for you to enjoy that time and make sure you schedule that in, because this business is meant to enhance our lives, and it's meant to enhance our families' lives. So plan accordingly. So that's what it does for you and your life, not just like winging it and feeling stressed and disorganized. And then maybe taking that is when it's going to take you away from your family if you're feeling stressed because you're not prepared or planned for. I will be like fully transparent with you guys tonight, and because I'm telling you to, make sure you like plan out your month and figure out what you have going on as you're scheduling things in. Well, tonight was my son's chorus concert at school, and it was like the date was given to us like way at the beginning of the school year. It's like when you get like a million pieces of paper that come home from school at the beginning of the year, and they're like, sign this, sign that, sign this. And they literally give you, like, the chorus teacher gives you all the dates up front. Okay. Well, again, this is the beginning of the school year when every teacher, I have 2 kids and they're in middle school now, so they have multiple teachers. I'm getting like multiple these packets of paper come home. So I did not get this date put in like my planner right away. And then I realized tonight was his, when I scheduled this for me to, not only we have team call, but for me to present on the team call. I will fully admit it was like really poor planning on my part. But again, I'll get to another piece of this. But obviously we made it work with my family, and I did have time to get home. It just felt really extremely rushed. Okay, so this is what I was going to tell you next. Communicate your goals to the ones you love. So this is another really important piece when you're figuring out what your month is going to look like, what kind of client goals and partner goals that you have, being able to prioritize your family and work commitments and all of those things. You also need to make sure that you communicate with the ones you love what your goals are, what they mean to your family, how they can get involved, what support you need, what help you need. So this is a perfect example. When I was looking at my week, and I'll kind of talk about that, when I was looking ahead at the week and knowing we had this day, I knew, like, on Sunday when I'm planning out the week, I'm like, okay, Harris family, like this week we have the chorus concert rehearsal. We knew, other than like the normal baseball gymnastics stuff, because it's crazy. We had the chorus concert rehearsal on Tuesday. I'm like, on Thursday, I'm presenting on a team call. Jordan, you have your chorus concert, which of course 8th graders go last. 6th graders are at 6 o'clock. 7th graders are at 7 o'clock. 8th graders are at 8 o'clock. Okay. So I'm like, Jordan, you have your, I had to pick up Ashlyn and bring her there. Rob had to bring Jordan to the concert. So we did have 2 cars, which worked out perfectly. So I was like, all right, as soon as you're done, mommy is out of there and I am coming home to present on the team call. And they know this, like they know that this is important. This is part of my work. So, and I prepared them ahead of time for it and we talked through it. So I think it's really important, and just to ask for that help. So, Rob I think he got suckered into taking them out to get milkshakes. Apparently a bunch of the kids were doing that after the chorus concert. So I think that that's what they're doing tonight, which for an East Coaster, this is late for us and it's a school night, but that's what they're doing right now, which is totally fine. But he supports that because since day one with my business, when I got serious with this and knew that what this could do for our family, Rob knew that. And my kids know about my business. Actually, I was working on slides last night while Ashlyn was like finishing homework. We both had like our laptops up last night and we're both doing it together. So like she's fully aware of what I was doing as well. So get them involved. I think it's very important and will help you succeed. Okay, plan your business dates. All right, so this is important. So when you are thinking about your month, you need to, you have that client goal and you have that partner goal, right? So you need to figure out when you're going to have a client group begin and when and how you will share the partner opportunity. Okay, so you need to make sure that you get those scheduled on your calendar. So then that is going to help you figure out when you are going to be inviting to the partner opportunity, when you're going to be inviting to your groups. That's also going to help you with what you're going to be planning as far as your social media content as well. So that leads me into number 6. When you're looking at your month, and again, I'm going to show you my month calendar so then I can really talk you through it on my calendars as well. You're going to look at each week and figure out, if you know exactly when your new group is going to start, then you know that you're basically going to be inviting to your group and sharing content accordingly to to your group, right? That's what you're going to be inviting to. That's what you're going to be sharing content about. Then when you have your partner opportunity sharing tool, which with our Dynasty team, we have been doing it the 3rd Thursday of the month. So these Thursday calls, 4 of them each month on a Thursday. The 3 of them are, content training, whatever. And then you have that one opportunity for an opportunity call too on a Thursday. So you know when that is. So you're gonna be inviting the week before you have that opportunity call. And then something important to do is, and something that I have learned, I have taken Melanie Mitro's Rockstar Recruitment course. You're not going to stop after you share that event. You are going to continue that week following to be able to invite more to that mentorship or how you're going to be getting your partner started. So that is important once you set those dates to look at the weekly focuses. And whenever you are thinking about your social media, if you're going to be inviting to your challenge group, you're going to be thinking about your clients. Who is your ideal client? What kind of problems do they have? How can you help them solve that problem? And then same for partners. If you're inviting to a partner opportunity call or mentorship, you're going to be thinking about your ideal partner and you're going to be thinking, okay, what problems do my partners have? How can I help them solve those problems with the partner opportunity that we have? And then the last piece before I show you the different calendars is you also need to make sure that you prioritize and schedule time for your body business. So when you're thinking about your month ahead. And then as you look at each week, you're going to want to make sure that you are figuring out, when there are different power hours. We're all part of the Slay Squad, and they have power hours that you can get on. There are 3 of them a day that you can schedule into your day. Or if you have to do half hours or pockets of time. I know I did plenty of pockets of time whenever I was teaching full time, and still do, with my kids' activities and things. But figure out when you're going to work your body business. I think it's important to, I know I listened to Scotty's little live that he did today, and he talked about, setting a reminder for yourself for team calls. Make sure you schedule that into your month. And maybe it doesn't always work with team calls, Slay Squad and Dynasty, and then there's the National Wake Up Call. But if you know that you can't attend it live, schedule in when you think that you can, listen to the recording. Just prioritize it, because the more you treat this like a business, plan out your month and weeks, the more that this is going to act like a business for you and reward you like a business when you are doing it that way. And then, of course, checking into the team page. One thing I will say, like, the Body Partner app is incredible. Something that I do is I actually make sure that I write it into my daily check-ins, because if you're someone like me and you're used to it being on Facebook and you're just already on Facebook and it's no longer there, you have to create a habit for yourself to get into the Body Partner app. So actually on my, in my planner, I have like a daily self-care checklist that I have, and then a daily check-in list. So that is where I have my team pages and my client groups, whatever is important that I need to check into. And I have Body Partners app on that checklist, right? Because that is something that I'm creating a habit with, because there's so much good content over there. None of it's on Facebook. If you're not in the Body Partners app and Body Basics, you're missing out. So you need to make sure that you're checking in there as well. Okay, so here's a month. Okay, so this is a look at December, and this is pretty set for me. So considering it's November 30th, right? And tomorrow is December 1st. Okay, so you can see that even this week currently right now that we're in, I have been focusing on the client side of things and inviting to what is called 2 and 20. And this for December is called 2 and 20 Healthy Holiday Hustle. That is my client group that I've been doing since October. And it's been basically a monthly group that has been 20 days. And we've just themed it. The first one was just called 2 and 20 Challenge. This past month was 2 and 20 Gratitude Challenge. Now it's 2 and 20 Healthy Holiday Hustle. But you'll see that is my group that I have, and it's starting on December 4th. So this past week, right now, that's what I've been inviting to it. And I need to say this really quick too. December looks different. And that's why I actually wanted to show you January and February, because I feel like December, this is like a weird month to be showing you this and planning for this because of the holidays. You'll see that there is the Dynasty Partner Opportunity Call on the 21st, but I don't have anything else scheduled in for a partner opportunity right now, because I'm kind of, again, this is different for me. I'm kind of combining sharing Dig Deeper in my new Strong Her project group that I'm going to be starting in January. I'm going to be kind of sharing and offering coaching with that, with the new program and with the new year. So that is a little bit different. Keep in mind. Okay, so this week is 2 and 20. Since 2 and 20 starts on December 4th, you'll see that the week of December 3rd, 4th, that week, you'll see in green, I have holiday freemium recipes survival. Like that is my focus for that first full week in December. That's what I'm going to be sharing. And by freemium, that is like if you have a free group that you're offering. I have a holiday meal plan that I'm offering as free content. I also have a 2024 like planning guide that I'm offering as a freemium tool. Another example of something free that you can offer, and this is basically because again, I told you this is a different month because it's December, but this is just to add value, connect with people, invite in a different way, and have this free opportunity. You could do a free group, you could offer free samples, you could focus on inviting to try the Dig Deeper sample and use that as your freemium. So that's my focus for the first week. The second week, so you'll see the 19th is when Dig Deeper comes out, right? That's when Dig Deeper launches. So you'll see that I have a little bit more than a week. I mentioned those 10 to 14 day windows of invites. I'm spending a little bit more time with the Dig Deeper because it's a new launch, and this is like a big time of year for, I know from years past that that I might not necessarily have people purchase right away. I will have some, but do you know when the busiest time, if you are consistently sharing this month and inviting and connecting, the busiest time is literally, and I think I've heard it called like the fifth quarter maybe, is literally the day after Christmas through New Year's Eve. Like that is a crazy busy time. Because everyone's like, oh my gosh, I've been so busy with the holidays and I've been enjoying myself and I need to get my act together. Like that has happened year after year after year. So you'll see the launch is the 19th. So I have just over a week that I am starting to share Dig Deeper, and what I'm calling my group. I'm not doing necessarily a Dig Deeper group. I'm calling it Strong Her Project. That's going to be starting in January. So that is when I will be starting to share about Dig Deeper and Strong Her, and that is going to be my content focus, and that is going to be my invite focus. So the week of the 10th, and then the week of the 17th as well. That is launch week. And then you'll see I didn't really put anything. Obviously, I'm just going to be kind of either taking a break from social media or sharing something about the holidays. And then I will pick up again on the 26th with that focus again with Dig Deeper and Strong Her invites. So really, other than that first week of the month with being like that freemium holiday survival recipes kind of focus with content and inviting, the rest of the month is a focus with Dig Deeper. And like I said, this month is different because I am going to, as I'm sharing Dig Deeper and Strong Her, I'm going to be kind of sharing the business opportunity in a different way on like a one-to-one basis, not necessarily as an opportunity call or Q&A or anything like that this month. Okay. So that's this month. January is getting a little bit more how I run normal months with an opportunity call in there and my challenge group. So the first week is I'm going to continue with Dig Deeper because January 1st is New Year's Day and people are still celebrating with families. So I know I have like my people that have been around, they're going to start January 1st. But I have, or be doing something January 1st that week. But I have my Strong Her project begins, and where I'll be, doing Dig Deeper, and the focus is going to be Dig Deeper and strength training in general. That is going to start on January 8th. So the first week is going to be Dig Deeper, Strong Her invites, and then I'm going to have the kickoff call on the 7th, and the group is going to start on the 8th. So then that is when I switch gears. So starting the week of the 7th, you can see that is when I will start partner invites, which also means that I will be gearing my content towards the partner opportunity as well. And the reason being is because on the 15th, that is when our partner Q&A is going to be. The partner Q&A that I have scheduled is going to be. So I'm starting a week before that Q&A that I'm going to be sharing. So I'm going to be sharing about the partner opportunity, and that I'm going to be inviting to my Q&A. Then the week of the 14th, on the 15th, I'm going to have that Q&A. I'm not going to stop sharing about the partner opportunity because you'll see on the 21st, that's when my partner mentorship opens. So I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Instead of inviting to a Q&A, I'm going to start inviting, I'm going to talk about my mentorship enrolling, and I'm going to start inviting to the mentorship. So that whole week will be about the mentorship. So you'll see the week of the 7th and the week of the 14th is all going to be partner invites. That's going to be my focus. And that's important, and that, again, I took the Rockstar recruitment course and I've learned a lot. Like, I feel like those of us who've been around, like Melanie Mitchell has been talking about, like, marketing plans and, when you schedule your client groups and your partner opportunities and mentorships, and just the importance of, and I know that I've done this in the past, and that's what I've changed, is instead of bouncing back and forth, like partner, client, partner, client, partner, client, it kind of confuses people. So that's why there is that 2-week window where I'm going to focus on partner sharing, partner content, partner inviting. That's what's going to be on my stories. That is what is going to be my main focus. Okay. Then once that, and the way this month is, once that partner mentorship opens up, then I'm going to focus on that freemium again. I'm going to do another free opportunity, free content, a free group, something there. And then the week of the 28th, I will go back to the Strong Her Project invites. So you'll see the first week and the last week were essentially the Strong Her invites. So that, that's going to be around 10 to 14 days that I'm focusing on those invites. And then those 2-week windows in the middle of the month, that is when I'm going to be sharing the partner opportunity. So I have a solid amount of time that I'm sharing about the clients and I'm sharing about the partner opportunity to make sure that I'm reaching those client goals and those partner goals. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. And then the last one, you can see this month is really bare, but just as an idea, and one of the things that I actually have switched into the new year is I was having my client groups start at the very beginning of the month, and they were kind of following the body blocks just because it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. But I really personally love having my client groups start more in the middle of the month so that I focus the beginning of the month on clients and the end of the month on partners. So you'll see how I was able to kind of push back that client start date. So now in the month of February, the client start date will be on February 12th. So those first 2 weeks are going to be sharing about the client side of things, Strong Her invites. And then the last 2 weeks of February will be that partner focus. So I will have the partner focus in the week of the 12th. I'll be sharing and inviting to the partner Q&A. And then once the partner Q&A, I don't stop inviting. Once that event is over, I don't stop inviting and sharing about the partner opportunity. Instead, I continue and share about the mentorship that's open to get them sign up for the mentorship. So that's not as full of a month, but just I kind of wanted to, and these dates could possibly change, but I kind of wanted to give you an idea of the flow from month to month, if that makes sense. Okay. Couple things, recommendations to listen to just this time of year, really quickly. Ed Mylett did you can tell it was I listened to it, I believe, before, and not just this year, but it was he like relaunched it on his podcast just recently on November 24th. It's called It's Separation Season. And it's really good about the importance of now and separating yourself now. So that's a good one to listen to. Another one is Direct Sales Done Right. That's with Melanie Mitchell and Katie Ersta. I've learned a ton from them, and they actually did something specific about creating your marketing plan around the holidays. So I think that since we're in that holiday season, like now is not the time to just like forget about it. Like now is the time to get a solid plan and with December moving into the new year. And then another really good one is Low Bottom High Rise with Maura Casaba, her episode 24. So if you want to get more into like the nitty gritty of, because you can really like, once you have your monthly plan, then your next step is to really organize your weeks. I have, I set my plan for the month, and then I'm able to look week by week. Like I told you one of the things that I did was like get the Harris family together and tell them what was going on for the week. And I try to do that on Sundays. Actually, I had to do this week earlier last week because we had, like, I'm sure everyone else had crazy days with the holiday. And we were so busy, I knew I had to be organized earlier for this week since we had so much going on. So this one with Maura Casaba, she really talks about like breaking down your like different hats you wear and things that you have going on, and even helping you time block and get into that, which I think is very helpful. And there's just this bonus little area that she talks about breaking the complaining cycle, which is just so good. So it's kind of like a funny combination on that podcast, but it's really good, and I highly recommend listening to it. All right, so just to wrap up, I'll take questions soon. I didn't even look at the chat, and I see lots of people, lots of chats in there. But the will to succeed is important, but what's more important is the will to prepare. I believe that if you can really lay out your month and really have it organized, that's just going to free up so much more just in your headspace for you to actually get your business activities done, to plan out your weeks, to be able to prioritize your family and not just be trying to wing it and feel stressed because you're not organized and you don't have a plan. That's when it's going to feel like it's taking time away from your family, when you're not organized. So, and this might sound overwhelming at first and might take time for you to just get used to it, but I promise you it will make such a difference in your business and really free up the headspace and the time to get the things done that are very important to this business and to the success of your business. All right, let me check the chat. I don't know if there's specific questions, if you want to unmute yourself, or if there's anything.
I'm gonna make a comment.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that. That brought me a lot of clarity. Like sometimes I've been thinking I was getting organized by just planning like 1 month out. So it was really good to see the 3 month. So I'm gonna do some accountability with you guys. I'm gonna like print out calendars. They're gonna be like taped on my whiteboard so that they're not just like done somewhere in a PDF that I never look at, because I feel like I would tend to do that. Secondly, I want to share a takeaway I got from this call that that you didn't even mean to teach, because I think sometimes those things happen. Like you hear something and you're like, you've been like trying to figure out how to do something in your business or in your life. So I've been working on my my messaging on my social media, because I haven't grown my Instagram for 5 or 6 years. And I guess this is good for everybody on here to hear. But by doing the growth day, the daily fire and the journaling, like I can't, like it has you write out things like what's a big thing you need to do, all these things, right? So a lot of things have happened. Like I started a podcast. I don't have the hosting platform. I got it, but I haven't put any of them up yet. I immediately did my first podcast with Tate, and I did one a couple of days ago with another business owner here. So a lot of things are coming from that, from the growth day, but one of them was changing my social media marketing to just share a positive message about the importance of like godly family relationships. And I grew by 1,000 followers in like a month, like a little less than a month, and have like 750,000 accounts reached, which is like unheard of for me in like this past 7 years. But the thing that's been hard for me is like I have for 12 years been the guy that talks about the Beachbody business, the Beachbody workouts, the Beachbody business and personal development. So I've really been struggling, like, okay, how do I recruit? Like, how do I talk about my business and whatnot? So just hearing you share those podcasts, I started a podcast, as you know, and I'm interviewing business leaders was originally what it's done. But like I wrote a note as you were writing, like I'm going to talk about business on my podcast, like not just interview business people, but like 1 or twice a week where I'm not writing on social media about business or habits and stuff like that. So thank you. Like for some reason that just clicked for me today where I've been struggling for a month. Like, how do I do this? So I just wanted to share that takeaway with you guys and just how awesome Growth Day is and being around other people that are doing things. Like that's how the ideas come to your mind. That's how you know kind of the next steps to take. So thank you, Michelle.
I love that. I love that. I don't think I see any questions. I feel like it's just like chatter, but if anyone has any questions, if they want to type it in the chat or unmute themselves. Hopefully you could see the flow that came from month to month with the chunks of time inviting to clients and your client groups and inviting to the partner opportunity. Yeah, Laura, I saw your hand up.
I always have questions. Your Strong Girl project or Strong Her project, is that going to be like an ongoing, or does each person have to like
So this is what I've done different. So I have had an ongoing group called Project Love Yourself. And I actually just announced that this was my last month for it because I was switching things up. And so what I did this last quarter is we ran a group called 2 and 20, and we started it in October, and it kind of just happened this way. It ended up being a 3-month period of time. So it ended up being kind of like a quarterly group with a different monthly theme. And the reason why I'm changing it to more monthly instead of ongoing is because of the monthly body, like the monthly body in Shakeology and then the monthly body. I feel like not everyone's starting with an annual total solution pack where they're getting it for an entire year. You know, I still have a lot of women that do, but some aren't. So, and I've like this group has been like very near and dear to me for I think 3 years now that I had it, and I switch up monthly. I have monthly themes and everything, but that was just what it was called. But I just want to grow and change and evolve, and I feel like this 2 and 20 group, starting it this kind of like quarterly setup, and then with different monthly themes, that's kind of what I'm starting with Strong Her project too. It's to start out as a quarterly, because obviously like I'm inviting to Dig Deeper. That's going to be like the advanced path, so to speak. I know not everyone's going to do Dig Deeper, but so they're going to be committed for 3 months, right? So it's definitely going to be at least 3 months long. So that's kind of how I'm switching my client groups up.
And these are run in the Body app, or they're on a Facebook thread?
I do Facebook groups. That's where
Okay.
I get the most connection and community
Okay.
for me. That's what I found. But
Okay.
there still will be start dates also, because I think that's another thing that I fell into. And if you've listened to the Brendon Burchard training, that like you need to have that deadline, you need to have that start date. And I think I kind of got in the habit of kind of, since Project Love Yourself was ongoing, I kind of would invite to like an ongoing group and not necessarily have that like hard start and finish. And I think that is going to allow clients to come in and get a really like great experience start to finish. And I'm going to encourage them to really plug in and help them get better results that way. By having that like start and finish date as well. So yeah, that's how I'm switching things up a bit.
Thank you.
Of course. All right, that looks like everything, Scotty. All right, well, thank you everyone for hopping on. And if you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer anything that you have.